Recording.
Hi.
Hey, right. So just for everyone else's benefit, I'm just doing a quick interview with Kirsty, as she is the first one to hit SC on this page, which is super exciting. So just asked her if she would mind sharing some of the tips, and just got a few questions for her that's hopefully going to help you guys. So obviously before, well, actually, do you want to just tell them like a little bit about you and like a little bit about your journey?
Okay, so I can't even remember when I joined. It was last January, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I was a trial. I remember saying on the New Year's Eve, yeah, I'll do it. Like I'll do the trial. And then I did that in a couple of weeks. And then I got to DD about the month later. I think it was February, I think. And then I didn't really, like, what do I mean? I wasn't putting in enough effort, but I was moaning at the time, thinking that I was putting in enough effort.
Yeah.
So I didn't recruit a team. I wasn't doing it very much, but thought I was. And it wasn't until I didn't get to SDD until it was either June or July. But I went round the long way, you know, like with your 5,000, is it 5,000 points?
Yeah.
From the beginning? Because I was just, it wasn't for the like the pay rise you get or anything like that. I was just so sick of being stuck at DD. And I just wanted to be at SDD. And then from there, I think it gave me a bit more of a push. So I made sure I was doing a lot more than I was doing before, which I thought I was doing and I wasn't. And I started recruiting a team. Obviously, they've come and they've gone and they've given up. Mm-hmm. And it can be like, it can get to you a little bit. But I just thought, what's the point in giving up? I remember sitting down one day and saying to David, I don't think I can do this anymore. And it was him that actually made me carry on, because he said, but you sit on Facebook all day anyway, so why would you give up? And I thought, yeah, actually. And then it was in Birmingham last month, well, February now, and I was watching everyone and I thought, right, there's 8 months till Liverpool. I have to get to SC because I want to be on that bloody stage. I'm sick of watching everyone go up there and, you know, and not doing it. So I will do it. I've got 8 months. It'll be fine. I've got to do it. And now I've done it.
And then you've done it the month after. And now you're going to be going on stage in Liverpool.
I know.
So I think there's some really important things that you've said there, is because everyone thinks that you need to do things at a really, really quick pace in this business, and you don't at all. So obviously you said it took you obviously a little while to get to SDD. Done it like the long way around. And then from going SDD, it's taken you what? How many months has that been now?
I think it's 8 months.
8 months. And it was exactly the same for me. It took me, so I went SDD in July 2014.
Yeah.
And it took me 10 months to then go SC.
Oh.
So I was like exactly the same. Actually, you've done it quicker than me. It just goes to show people, like, as long as you don't give up, you will get to your next position. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Now, if Kirsty had given up, she wouldn't have just got herself that first £400 bonus, and then when she reconfirms another £500 bonus. If I had given up, like those few years ago when I was stuck at SDD, I never would have got to where I am today. I never would have got to like national marketing director. Like, it's crazy. And another really important thing is people think in this business, like, they get really excited, like, oh yeah, I've got a team in, great. And then they get really disheartened when their team stop.
Yes.
I understand that, but you just need to literally, there's no other way of putting it, get over it.
Yeah, and carry on.
People will come and go in this business. They say 1 in 5 people will do everything. So every time you lose a team member, rather than dwelling on it, think to yourself, like,
celebrate it.
One step closer. Because for you had what? You had a team of 4, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I had a good little...
all stopped, didn't they?
Yeah, they just all filtered away.
So Kirsty had a team of 4 girls, so she was doing really, really well. All 4 girls stopped.
Yep.
She then, last month, you recruited a lot, didn't you?
I did. I had, let me think. I had Gina, who paid to sign up.
Yeah.
And then I had Carrie, Tanya and Gemma, who were all trials.
Yeah.
And they all did it in like a week, 2 weeks at the most.
And that's mental. So Kirsty had a team of 4. They all stopped. So they say 1 in 5. She carried on. She rebuilt that structure. And then by the end of March, you had a team of... How many was in your team by the end of March?
Them 4. And then Carla joined literally the last day of the month.
Yeah. So you've gone from having no team to in 2 months having a team of 5 again.
Yeah.
Which is so important. And... like you said, a lot of them done the free sign up. So you obviously we done the free sign up. And I always say to people, I built my business 80% on free sign ups because, like you've just said, you've got a team of 5 now within those 2 months.
Yeah.
Only one of them's paid. Imagine if you didn't offer free sign ups.
I know.
Can you just give us like a little tip on like how you found those free sign ups, how it worked for you, and then how that's obviously literally completely switched your business around?
They were literally, is this the freebie ones?
Yeah.
They were just from posting about the free sign up. I'm always doing posts about the free sign up, probably more than talking about the £50 sign up, because I always get more interaction from it, and I've got plenty of time to sit and help people, train them all anyway, so it doesn't bother me. Because I didn't pay the £50, when I joined, that's, I'm more than happy for, not to do, for people to do that and then me pay for them. But what was I going to say? What did you ask me? My mind's just gone blank.
Just like tips on how you got them, what sort of things you done.
Oh, yes. It was a post. You did, was it back in February? You did a little group starting on a Sunday, and you said that if we added anyone to it, then you'd train them up.
Yeah.
And I remember doing a big post about that, counting down the days. Like I literally did day 1 to day 5, 5 days, 4 days, big free training group starting on Sunday. And that got so much interest. And a lot of people didn't get back to me, but then them 3 did get back to me, and so they were in the group that you did, like you trained them all up, and then all 3 of them weren't they? And I remember Carrie did it first, followed by the other 2, and then since then they've just been amazing. Carrie, I have to say, like, she's like, I don't know what she does. She's just brilliant. I don't know how she does it. She's just so good at talking to people. She's completely changed it round for me. Like you say, you always find that one diamond.
Yeah.
Obviously. Yeah. And all my team are amazing. Like I don't help Carrie more because she's helped me more than the others. Does that make sense? I help them all the same. But if it wasn't for them, no way would I have got there, obviously. They've just changed it around completely.
But if you weren't a good mentor and hadn't done that in the first place, then you wouldn't have a successful team. So it's always down to you as much as it is down to your team as well.
Yeah, bless them. They do always say that. That's sweet.
But it's so true, guys. Just look at the situation. And this is what I always say about free sign-ups, because I didn't have the £50 to sign up. So if I hadn't have been offered a free sign up, my mum is obviously my upline, wouldn't have a national marketing director in her business. If I hadn't have had offered the free sign up, I wouldn't have had Kirsty in my business, so I wouldn't have just had an SC in my business. If Kirsty hadn't had offered people the free sign ups, she wouldn't have, apart from obviously Gina, she wouldn't have the other girls in her business, and she would have a team of 1 instead of a team of 5. So it just goes to show how much it helps. And although we say like £50 isn't a lot, to some people it is a lot, and for me it wasn't
Yeah.
a lot, because I didn't have £50 to just spend and be like, and then it not work out. Like, I needed to know that I was sure that it was going to work. So
Yeah.
the people usually who don't have the £50 need your help the most. So if anyone's confused on how free signups work, then drop me a message, and maybe it's worth doing a group again, like not necessarily like a big group, but if anyone wants to do a group with me, and obviously like Kirsty, we can do another one, let me know, and we can do our own private group, but we can do a big countdown again, set a specific date. I'm happy to help train any new distributors or any trial reps you get in it, but do it privately rather than all in one group, as in like me and you, Kirsty, and anybody you get, and then me and anybody else watching this video and anybody you guys get. So like, I don't know, say my mum was watching this video and she wanted to do it, I'll do a separate group with her and all the free sign-ups with her, so we can make a massive hype, because the thing is, when you make a big hype, is people don't want to miss out. So
yeah, that's so true.
I know that you said you thought you were doing a lot but weren't doing a lot.
No way.
And obviously Kirsty, for those of you who don't know Kirsty, she's got 4 kids as well, so it's not like she's literally sat on her bum at home all day doing nothing. She is busy, so there's no excuses. So what changed? Like, what did you do? What did you do more of, or what did you make sure you done every month? Well, every day.
I made sure I sort of had to have a word with myself, if you like, because every day I was just like, oh, not getting anywhere. Look at her joining and flying above me. I just like had it in for everyone, but in my own head. Do you know what I mean? Because I never would come to you or moan or anything, but to myself I'd be like, oh. And then I thought, well, actually, what are you doing? Like, I'd do my post, I'd do my DMO, but that'd be it. And then half the time I wasn't doing all of the DMO, and I'd chase likes, but because I didn't feel it in myself, it probably wasn't coming across when I was messaging people.
Yeah.
So I thought, right, and I was doing dribs and drabs through the day. So I changed it. Your mum had a Zoom call the other month, actually, and I spoke on it. And the stuff I said on there is exactly the same as I'm going to say now. I make sure, even whether I have to do it an hour later at night or get up earlier, it's usually later at night, I'm not going to lie. I sit down for a whole hour and I do my DMO. I chase likes from the day before. I like a certain letter. I go through all the new people that have added me and go through all their pages, and everything I've got to do, I do in one go rather than try and doing, bits here and bits there, because so many people say, the girls have said to me, oh, I'm all right, I'm not busy tomorrow, so I'll just do it through the day. And I say to them, no, because you will not do it. Something will always happen and you're just not concentrating enough. So that's changed so much. At first I did think, oh, is it going to help if I sit down? What's going to be the difference? But once I started seeing the difference, I could never, it annoys me now that I've not wasted, but the last year, 15 months, I haven't been doing it.
Yeah.
But that definitely works, 100%.
I agree. I'm exactly the same. So I give myself 1 hour a day, and an hour a day isn't a lot. You can fit an hour a day in on your lunch break. You can fit an hour a day in before work, after work, when the kids are in bed. You can set your alarm an hour earlier. Like, there is literally no excuses.
No.
Have a DMO and literally go through it and do everything, because if you do it then you don't get distracted. And what happens when you say like, oh, I'll do it throughout the day, you get distracted and you go on Facebook and you think, oh, where was I up to? And then you don't end up doing it and you end up scrolling.
Yeah, that's so true.
On the telly and you're watching the telly as you're doing something, and then your heart isn't in what you're doing. Or my worst one used to be, I'd be like cooking dinner or something and be trying to reply to messages, and then I end up burning my dinner because I'm not concentrating, and then where I'm in a rush I'm like half-heartedly replying to messages.
Yeah.
Whereas if you sit down and give yourself a set time, I usually just have some music on in the background. I don't even have like a program on or anything that can distract me.
I'm the same.
Sit and do it. An hour a day is not a lot to be spending on a business. So I think that's a great point, and I'm exactly the same. I find that really works for me. So a lot of people say to me as well, like, how do you get your DMO done in an hour? Mine takes me ages. And I'm like, because you're probably scrolling and I'm not. Like, I have to have a list. If I don't have a list, I get distracted. I have to literally have a list and be like, done that, tick, next thing.
Yeah, got to tick it off. Yeah.
If I don't, I'm like,
I can't work without a list.
Yeah, I can't function.
Also, I forgot to say, voice noting. That's a big one as well. Just wanted to get that in quickly. Voice notes, like if someone messages me, whether it be if it's about the business, I usually always voice note back because I find it so confusing and like an essay when you're trying to explain it to them. Yeah. And even products, maybe not straight away, but after like I've sent them the first message, I'll start voice noting, and that seems to work so much. One,
because they can hear the excitement in your voice.
Yeah, definitely.
Voice note if you're sounding miserable. And two, as well, like, I'm one of those people, if someone sends me a script of writing, I'm like, now, like, I just browse over it. I don't even read it.
It's boring, isn't it?
Or I think I'll read that later. And by
then
the
you forget.
Later, I forget. And that's a lot of the reason why people probably don't get back to you. It's not because they're ignoring you. It's because if they're anything like me, you read it and you think, I'll reply to that in a minute. And then you don't reply to it.
No.
So that's amazing. Do you have any other tips for us or anything else that's really worked? Anything that you've changed?
I've been more about me on my Facebook as well. Like before, I felt like I was a bit like a robot, just doing the posts. Like they were the posts that everyone are doing, but it wasn't really that much about me. Or like the kids. I've got 4 kids, and I was never really posting about them or that I was doing stuff with them. So I just tried to add in loads more, probably into the last 3 months-ish, loads more into it about me and what I'm doing and how excited I am to get to my next position and la-di-da-di-da. Now I've got there, and loads of people have actually messaged me who I've never spoke to in my life, who some of them have only been on my friends since like last week, and just loads of people have messaged me, whereas no one ever did that before.
Aww.
Just to say congratulations, what you do looks so much fun. What is it you do? So just from that look.
That's amazing. So just all about making it fun. And something you just said, making it about you and making it personal, is my biggest pet hate is when somebody writes a status and someone copies and pastes that status, and I look at the status and think, hang on a minute, 1, you don't talk using those words.
Yeah.
2, I have never seen you use those emojis in my life. But you see it, and there's this one post, and it's like, say if someone was copying from you, Kirsty, because I know your emojis are always like
hearts,
flowers.
Yeah.
You always write like in the middle. You don't just do like sentence after sentence after sentence.
No.
Your posts
I hate that.
Always like split up and like one bit of the sentence will be in the middle. If anyone has a look on Kirsty's post, you'll know what I mean. But then what I see is someone will copy that post and post it on their Facebook. Then I scroll through the rest of their newsfeed, and I'm like, hang on, you've never, ever, ever done a post like that in your life. You've never, ever, ever used those emojis in your life. So people tell it's not you. They can tell it's fake, and they
so true.
Not message you. So Kirsty might do one and get loads of interaction. Yeah, if it's a great post, use the post, but change it into your words and use your emojis, because if people know it's not you posting, they won't.
It's obvious, isn't it? Because you can just see, well, you're not normally that colourful or happy, or do you know what I mean? Like, that's not the sort of thing you'd normally post. So then it just makes you look like a robot.
Like I say, babe, and things. If someone ever uses the word babe, don't post it on your Facebook.
Yeah,
so terrible.
No.
But love those. Thank you so much for sharing your tips. Have you got anything else before I
I don't think so. I'll probably come off and think of loads of things.
Well, if anyone's got any questions for me or Kirsty, then obviously I know Kirsty won't mind if you pop her an inbox. And
no, of course not.
Pop me an inbox. Obviously, I won't mind. I won't mind, of course. But yeah, just let us know if anyone's got any questions on anything that's been spoke about. If anyone wants to do any of the things that's been spoke about, or anyone has any questions, just let us know. Massive thank you, Kirsty, and congrats. And I can't wait to see what you spend your bonus on.
I know. Oh, thanks so much.
Right, I'm going to stop recording now.
Okay.